Thank you all. As a customary, to inaugurate any auspicious occasion, we always light the lamp. So I request all the dignitaries to kindly come on to the lamp and do the honors. Request you all to please step forward to light the lamp on this auspicious occasion. The light of knowledge is said to awaken compassion and the awareness of the oneness of all people. The light of knowledge dispels ignorance. Light shows us the path of the future. Thank you very much. May I now request our director of this host institute, CSIR IICT, Dr. Srinivasa Reddy, to give the welcome address.
Respected Dr. Tamil Isai Soundararajan, Honorable Governor of Telangana, and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Chief Guest of the Day. Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General, Aeronautical Systems, DRDO, and Guest of Honor. And Ms. Suma Varghese, Director General, Microelectronic Devices, Computational Cyber Systems, DRDO. Dr. Mohan Rao, and we also have dignitaries like Padma Bhushan, Dr. A.V. Ramarao, former Director, IICT, and Dr. V.P. Dimri, former Director of NGRI, and also a few others present in this audience. Distinguished guests, invitees, my colleagues, students, press media, and ladies and gentlemen, and also invitees watching this event online. A warm welcome to all of you. This historical event, Women Scientist Conclave Self-Reliance, organized this morning by NASI Hyderabad chapter and also ASTC. I am extremely happy that CSIR IICT is a venue for this historical event, and also felicitating outstanding women scientists for their distinguished contributions. We feel proud that CSIR is presently headed by a distinguished women scientist, Dr. N. Kalai Selvi, Secretary DSIR, who could not make it to the function due to a sudden meeting with the Prime Minister office. CSIR waited for almost 80 years to have a woman heading this for Covaxin in collaboration with Bharat Biotech. Let me also take this opportunity to share with you all, and also in presence of Madam Governor in this program. So I'm going to share some important milestone what we achieved today. While we are in this program, our Honorable Prime Minister is dedicating the hydrogen hydrate plant to the nation, established by Gujarat Alkali Limited around 11 a.m. in Gujarat today. The 10,000 tons per annum hydrogen hydrate project at Dahej was put up with an investment of more than 400 crores of rupees based on the technology transferred by our own institute, CSR IICT. So, Madam, the team from IICT included several women colleagues, and I congratulate all the team members for their contributions to this successful project. It is a great moment for all of us and also for the India. So we are open to strong collaborations with all scientific and academic institutions in the interest of nation building towards achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat. I request all the dignitaries and visitors to spare some time to understand more about this institute. And I welcome you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for all the introductory and the welcome remarks. May I now request the Secretary of NASI Hyderabad chapter, Dr. Subir Majumdar, to share the details about NASI.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Governor Madam and dignitaries on dais and my senior and junior colleagues in the auditorium, I welcome all of you on behalf of NASI. So just to tell about NASI, originally India has major contribution in science if you go and look back in very past history. However, foreign invasion was followed by oppression of the scientific research in India. So it was subdued by them. They didn't allow further for us to grow in science. But ancient science, if you see, it was really great in India. Patriotic scientists deeply felt about increasing hunger, diseases, lack of technological advancement at that time. And these all circumstances led to a great patriot, Professor Meghnad Shah, to generate an idea to develop a forum where all scientists can gather and discuss and find solutions to the problems of the country. Academy of Science of Province of Agra and Audh was the original name because it was in that area, including Allahabad. And then it became National Academy of Science, Science of India, NASI, and it was founded in 1930. This is the first academy of our country. Now, the NASI undertakes many science and society programs and works towards cultivation and promotion of science. Chapters are there in major cities where people are interested to take care of all said above and its activities. So Hyderabad chapter, Dr. Mohan Rao is the president. And we have done a lot of work here, and we helped in making draft policy in scientific social responsibility, which has been given to DST. And there are a lot of other things done like Jagrukta Abhiyan for COVID-19, food-based remedies for nutrition maladies. And very recently, we have done with AIIMS Bibinagar in Hyderabad, a One Health symposium to really awaken people to work on One Health, that is the medical doctors, veterinary doctors and wildlife doctors. They should come on one platform to address the diseases at one time so that wherever there is a disease, we can contain that disease in that place. Like that, there are several things which NASI is doing. I will not take more time. And with this, I will close here with my regards and welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us the insights on NASI and its efforts in promoting science. I now invite the convener of the event, Sri Narasimha Rao, to speak a few words about Academy for Science, Technology and Communication. Narasimha Rao.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan, our beloved Governor of Telangana and Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, a dynamic, inspiring personality and moving spirit behind the scientific activities of ASTC. Madam, your kind presence at the first AST Annual Convention at National Science Day celebrations held at BM Birla Science Center was really a memorable event, motivational, wherein galaxy of distinguished scientists participated, including Dr. Padma Bhushan A.V. Ramarao Garu and Padma Bhushan Dr. Nageswar Reddy, Chairman of AIG, which were, they were all honored besides presentation of Lifetime Achievement Awards and ASTC Excellence Awards. The scientific community has well received your encouragement. It is indeed with that motivation which imbibed us in, resulted in planning several other activities and particularly in holding this Women Scientists Conclave again with your gracious presence. At this juncture, we are grateful to our renowned guest, Dr. Tessie Thomas, distinguished scientist and Director General DRDO, for her kind presence who has been continuously supporting the ASTC activities over the years. It is my pleasure to mention here that the ASTC bestowed on her the first Dr. Raghavan Memorial Award through the hands of our Honorable Governor in the ASTC Annual Convention. The ASTC is a forum for scientific community to discuss matters of current interest, to cater to the needs of academia and industry through various programs, and provides an opportunity to interact with its vibrant academic and research programs. Since 2004, all the scientific programs were guided by the Scientific Advisory Committee, SAC, headed by eminent personalities like Dr. Raghavan, the then chairman RAC DRDO, Dr. B.G. Siddharth Birla Science Center, and Dr. G. Sundararajan of ARCI, and presently Dr. C.H. Mohan Rao Garu as the chairman of ASTC. The ASTC had been organizing several activities jointly with NASI, Hyderabad chapter, and we gratefully acknowledge the kind gesture of its chairman, Dr. C.H. Mohan Rao Garu, and the secretary, Dr. Subir Mujumdar, NIAB, who are instrumental in planning this event with the active support of directors of IACT, NGRI, and CCMB. The ASTC, jointly with NASI, organized a panel discussion focusing the draft national SSR policy, that is New India Science and Technology, towards scientific and social responsibility in the year 2020. The scientific fraternity represented from different institutions, including eminent personalities and Padma Shri awardees, Dr. Hanuman Chaudhary, Dr. D. Balasubramanian Garu, actively participated in the deliberations on the policy of national importance, and the proceedings and recommendations were submitted to the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. The advisory committee, comprising women scientists drawn from different institutions, constituted by the SAC, has decided to hold this event, and we are grateful to the spontaneous positive response from the speakers in a short notice. This year, the SAC has decided to confer Dr. Raghavan Memorial Award to Mrs. Suma Varghese, outstanding scientist and Director General DRDO, well known for her significant contributions in airborne early warning and control system. Dr. D.N. Reddy, former chairman of RAC DRDO, has readily agreed to chair this session. The ASTC expresses its grateful thanks to Srimati Chandrika Raghavan for her gracious presence in this event this year also. That is really, we are fortunate, and the unstinted support. Just a minute. The unstinted support received from Dr. D. Srinivas Reddy Garu, Director of IACT, in hosting this event in this beautiful auditorium by providing all necessary facilities with his dynamic team of S&T staff is in no measure small, in addition to the support received from Dr. V.M. Tiwari ji and Director NGRI, Vinay Kumar Garu, Director CCMB. On behalf of the ASTC, I extend warm welcome to all the distinguished guests, senior scientists and professors, fellows of TAS faculty, members, invitees, and members of the print and electronic media, and finally, each and everyone assembled here to witness this event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us the details of ASTC and its activities. We now have the presidential address by the former director of CCSIR CCMB and chairman NASI Hyderabad chapter and president ASTC, Dr. Mohan Rao. I request Dr. Mohan Rao to kindly come over and give his presidential address.
Honorable Governor of Telangana and Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Tamilsai Sundararajan ji, Dr. Tessie Thomas, Director General DRDO, Dr. Srinivas Reddy, Director IACT, who has played a major role in organizing this event, Dr. Subir S. Mujumdar, former Director NIAB, and also Secretary of the National Academy of Sciences, India, Dr. V.M. Tiwari, Director NGRI, and Dr. Vinay Kumar Nandakuri, Director CCMB. Both NGRA and CCMB have been so helpful and supportive for organizing this event. And as I was just mentioning the Governor, that all three institutions, CCMB, ISCT, and NGRA, always participate together in major events like this. And when we had several Nobel laureates coming together, and we had programs where large number of students got benefited. Sri C.L. Narasimha Rao, convener of Scientific Advisory Committee of Academy for Science, Technology, and Communication, ASTC. Delegates from different institutes, press and media personnel. Welcome to the Women Scientists Conclave to celebrate successful women scientists and inspire the younger ones. We are indeed delighted that Honorable Governor, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan has readily accepted our invitation. Being a person of medical science, I am sure you would enjoy meeting with the scientific community, and we have been always honored by her presence in other meetings as well. We are grateful to you, Madam, for your kind presence here, and we request you to continue your support to science and technology. Dr. Kalai Selvi, Director General CSIR and Secretary, Department of Science and Technology, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, has been very active, very interested, enthusiastic to partake in this meeting. The emails corresponding that went through showed her interest on joining this event. However, due to an emergency call from the Prime Minister's office, she had to cancel her trip. Her cancelling of trip also cancelled many programs at CCMB, ISCT, and NJR as well. We are sorry to miss her presence here. Women are respected and treated as equals and may even be superior to men in our ancient India. You recollect wealth, education, and defense. All three major portfolios are attributed to Goddess Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga. So all the power was vested with the women in ancient times. Well, they were goddesses, not real persons living with us on the earth. But there are many examples of the people who have succeeded later. For example, we can quote several from the ancient India. For example, Maitreyi and Gargi, who lived about 800 years before Christ, are well-known examples of women's education and empowerment in our ancient India. Gargi was said to be very knowledgeable in many areas of science and technology and philosophy. Apparently, Gargi argued with sage Yagnavalkya on aspects of time and space, which rather unexpected for us. She apparently talked about earth, Bhumi, space, Akasha, and past, Bhutakala, and present, Vartamana, and future, Bhavishyakala. So this was the topic for her discussion, and that was printed, that was written down as a volume of her discussions with Yagnavalkya, talking about space and time. She was a leading scholar who has also made rich contribution to propagation of education. Maitreyi was a contemporary of Gargi, and she also lived around the 8th century, and another example of women intellectual of our country. Max Muller, unless somebody from outside the country tells us we don't believe, Max Muller says that the aspects described in Maitreyi Yagnavalkya dialogue extends to all aspects of one's life. Maitreyi is cited as an example of educational opportunities available to women in ancient India and their achievements. She is considered as a symbol of Indian intellectual women. Maitreyi educational academies, Maitreyi colleges do exist across the country. However, with the time, things have changed. We have partly adopted Western culture, and Western invaders or foreign invaders systematically influenced and meddled with our cultural fabric of our country. Despite all these influences, there are several successful women in Indian science. Actually, Indian Academy of Sciences has brought out a book. Title of the book is Leelavati's Daughters. Leelavati's Daughters describes many, many successful Indian women, their success stories, what they achieved, how they achieved, what were the difficulties that they had to face through in their life to achieve their thing, have been described in that book. I strongly recommend this book, Leelavati's Daughters, for everybody to read and get inspired. And that book also covers people from 19th century, 20th century, and including 21st century. Some of them sitting here are also listed in that book. I think Geeta Vemuganti is one of them. So it's a very interesting book. I think one should go and read that book. There are many successful in scientists, even in recent past also. Today, let us look at it. Our president of the country is a woman. Our governor of the state is a woman. Our director general is a woman. So we have a strong women presence in the country. At this conclave, we assembled a large number of great scientists. Let me just cite them. Dr. Kalaiselvi, DG CSIR and Secretary DSR, unfortunately had to cancel, as I mentioned, due to emergency meeting with the PMO. But she's the first woman Director General of CSIR. As Dr. Srinivas Reddy was mentioning, CSIR took 80 years to find a woman to lead CSIR. CSIR is more than 80 years old now. She happens to be the first women director. And she is well known for lithium and sodium ion chemistry for rechargeable batteries. You know, rechargeable batteries have become part of our life. Everyone who is sitting here have cell phone in their pockets and they have batteries. Those batteries are lithium ion batteries. And after that, we are throwing the lithium ion batteries so that there is no lithium available in future. So we need to find alternatives, and Dr. Kalaiselvi has been working on that area very extensively. Dr. Tessie Thomas, who is on the dais here, is the Director General of Aeronautical Systems of DRDO. She is the first woman scientist to head the missile division, missile project. And she is well known for her contributions to development of Agni missile. Not only that, she has been awarded the Agni Self-Reliance Award in the year 2001 for her achievements. Dr. Geeta Vemuganti, who is sitting here, Dean and Professor of School of Medical Sciences, and she at the University of Hyderabad. She has been at L.V. Prasad Institute earlier. At L.V. Prasad Institute, she worked on limbal stem cells. These limbal cells are very, very useful. Her work done at L.V. Prasad Institute led to restoring vision to thousands of people. Thousands of people are able to see because of the research work carried out by her. Ms. Suma Varghese, Director General of DRDO, is well known for airborne early warning and control system. Imagine that. We need a system to quickly warn us so that we can take next steps quickly. And I understand, I don't know whether this is official, this is confidential or what. I understand this system was used in the Balakot airstrike. Balakot airstrike in 2019, this system was utilized. And Dr. Sangeeta Mukhopadhyay, Head of Molecular Biology, a Center for DNA Fingerprinting and Diagnostics. She is working on to fight tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is a very difficult disease to treat. Again, madam here, medical doctor, she is aware of. The tuberculosis parasite sits inside the defense system. We all have a defense system with macrophages. This goes and sits inside the defense system, so it can't be seen by defense system. So fighting is very difficult. So she is working on immune modulators and mechanisms by which the parasite is surviving, so that we can develop new methods, and she also had a patented molecule for that purpose. Dr. Tanushree Sinha Dasgupta, Director, S.N. Bose National Center for Basic Sciences. Well known for her work in the area of superconductivity and material sciences. We are only.
Thank you very much, sir, for those encouraging words. We're now moving on. I request the Director of CSIR CCMB, Dr. Vinay Kumar Nandikuri, to give a brief message.
I would like to keep it brief. Honorable Governor of Telangana and Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Soundararajan, Director General, DRDO, Dr. Tessie Thomas, colleagues of mine, Subir Majumdar, Srinivas Reddy, and
Viren Tiwari, ASTC convener Sri Narasimha Rao, and dignitaries sitting surveillance efforts that have been done. And we also are involved in cutting edge basic research, and we will continue to do the best as far as contributing to the society goes. Since people are not exactly here to hear me, so I would like to make it sharp by saying that I would like to congratulate all the women scientists who are now going to be felicitated today. Sangeeta is a friend of mine and a collaborator for a long while, and I know quite a lot of them in person. And many more such,
and our local chapter president has recognized and conveyed that even in our ancient literature and culture, the women had been leading and had been goddesses for three very distinct areas which we all worship. The women in science, not only as a beneficiary, the event today what we are organizing are being part of that, but also an agent of change, and Her Excellency Dr. Soundararajan Garu and dignitaries on dais, particularly Dr. Thomas, and of the dais, many of the recipients of today's honor are exemplifying this today. The Women Scientist Conclave being organized, I do not see that it is a paradoxical, because in our ancient literature and belief, even God is told to be women and men together. The Shiva is an important conclave because of two reasons in my sense of the geological hazards. I also take this opportunity to invite all of you and people connected to you, through you, to join our endeavor in exploring the Earth's bounty that provides the opportunity for sustainable future of Mother Earth and sustainable future of life. Once again, I thank to organizers and gratefully acknowledge the kind support and her readiness, Her Excellency Honorable Governor of Telangana, Dr. Tamilisai Sundarajan Garu, for her gracious presence and always continuing support to the scientific fraternity, not only in the Telangana, but throughout the country, wherever she has been invited. Recently, I came to know that she had to travel in the parts of the southern India, Kerala, and Puducherry for such kinds of events. And we are very fortunate that she is with us, and we are blessed with her presence here. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging words. Ladies and gentlemen, now the next item on the agenda is, for me, it's an honor to invite the first ever woman scientist to head the missile project, the guest of honor of today's event, the Director General of Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and popularly known as the Missile Woman for her impactful contributions to the development of Agni missiles, Dr. Tessie Thomas, to give her inaugural address.
Very respected Dr. Tamilisai Sundarajan, Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Mohan Rao Garu, and all the dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, a very good morning to all of you. For me, it's a proud surprise because I was to come and talk here for 2 minutes as giving message, but because of Dr. Kalai Selvi couldn't reach here for the inaugural address, what you were all waiting for, but I would like to give a talk on that behalf. And really pleased to be here on this Women Scientists Conclave Self-Reliance, because it's a topic very near and dear to me, having worked as a scientist for 36 years. That's why it brought me from Bangalore. I readily agreed, of course, and I got a pleasant platform to share once again with Honorable Governor Madam to be in Hyderabad and share the platform with her. A nation's prosperity and development is judged by the status of science and technology development. When we say that statement, how much we are onto the science and technology, that it matters. World across, or even we take our own country, women contribute almost 50% of the population. If we don't respect the talents of this 50%, then we are not there to talk about self-reliance. We need to give opportunity or create an ecosystem wherein which more and more women come into the science field. An ecosystem for STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. That can happen only through organizations like National Academy of Science and Academy of Science, Technology, and Communication. I really want to congratulate NASI and Academy of Science, Technology, and Communication in conducting this seminar on Women Scientists Conclave, the Self-Reliance. And grateful to them and thankful to them in giving me the opportunity to be a part of this. As rightly said, the 50% has to happen. No birds can fly with one wing. It's always two wings. So two sides of the coin. It is that we, one of them mentioned, men are conducting the women's conclave. It has to be. The togetherness makes the difference. I'll take the example of myself. Comes from the background of engineering. And from my school days, I have been taught to learn science and mathematics. That's how the interest got inculcated to learn more about science. I'm sure this is a community of scientists and engineers who always appreciate the technological advancements. We talk about the technology, for example, one simple example is the case of communication field. We started communicating with 1G, that's the analog radio waves, capacity of 2.4 kilobps. Whereas today we talk about 5G, which is 4G was 1 Gbps. Today it is 35 times. 5G is talking about 35 times the capability with the digital communication. So that is the technology advancements has happened. When we joined in 1980s, I was fortunate to work with great scientific leaders like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And he is one who has always told us science has no gender. That is where we all got the opportunity. And basically from the defense technology, these are the scientific areas where it is totally denied because of MTCR and things like that. And we had no option to work for projects like, strategic projects like Agni and all, thinking of self-defense, self-reliance and defense capability. So we need to take indigenous development. I still remember the ways of 30 years and before that, how we used to struggle to get things done when technology is of first of its kind. We only know that these things happen. The information starting from raw material onwards, the country was not able to imagine where from we will get. Such was the capability at that point of time. Today we are self-reliant in the field of missiles. Any sector, if you take, in the case of space, we have already achieved self-reliance. We are getting into production and industrializing the space sector. And there are very many women scientists working for it. You must have all heard about Dr. Kamala Shoni. She was the first women scientist to achieve a PhD. I'm talking about the days in 1939. And then we had Janaki Ammal, followed by Rajeshwari Chatterjee and Asima Chatterjee. These are the great pioneer scientists. India has seen a very eminent icon, top scientists of the world level to narrate. So I was in a committee where to select for our 75 years of independence, to select 75 women scientists. It was very difficult whom to eliminate, whom not to put. So that were the capabilities of our women scientists, and today we are all gathered to celebrate that. So when we look at how all these people have achieved, there is always a unique identity that they all have dared the difference. That means they are all fearless and given the opportunity, they have taken their chance to prove their capabilities. So I will say about, in the case of Agni missiles, we had technology-wise to develop on a guidance scheme for solid propellant rockets. And rockets which can go into the space, that was a different guidance scheme. And a rocket which has to come back, launch the payload to go and hit a target in the surface of Earth. The guidance schemes are different. So I was given the challenge of developing that guidance scheme. Lot of mathematical equations initially to understand the Earth's movements and geography, along with the oblateness, gravity, altogether my head also was revolving like the Earth revolves. But putting into the algorithms and estimations, techniques, and finally I must say that I was the designer of a guidance scheme for long-range solid propellant guided missile, the Agni class, wherein which today that I know that one day the review of that scheme was there by all experts from within the country, from ISRO and space, every corner of the country. The scientists were listening from morning 9 o'clock to night 9 o'clock to accept that review and accept the guidance. So that is the type of churning it has gone through. And today this guidance law has been established in all strategic systems, Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, Agni 5, and the newer variants, and the underwater-based strategic systems. So that is the effort. But efforts of 4-5 years and followed by iterations, development of algorithms, it's not one single person as me writing the algorithms. It's a group of teamwork wherein which we had at DRDO, we had a lot of women scientists as technology directors, project leaders in contributing towards this. Then the second challenge for the Agni missile was development of a rocket motor, which has the same capability at par with the world class in mass fraction. Since we never had the raw materials of newer systems or newer raw materials. We started with steel, then a modified, upgraded version of maraging steel. Then we had to achieve a composite rocket motor casing, material out of carbon-carbon composites, wherein which again the technology development and going through the iterations and establishing. Today, we have world-class systems, and these two combinations of this weight, mass fraction as well as the guidance, which gives the accuracy to impact the target, altogether the achievements. This all happened because we are ready to challenge the technologies what is coming up. So what I would like to say is today's generation are fortunate to take up on these advanced technologies, and everything has to start from home, home to school, school to college, college to universities, universities to research organizations, and then to the technological advancements. That's the way we should step forward, and I'm sure this today's Women's Scientists Conclave on Self-Reliance will give us an opportunity to guide us to take path towards that. I just want remember one great word of scientist Archimedes. He says, "Give me a place to stand, I will move the world." That sentence has a lot of meaning, and today is an opportunity for all of us. Take the opportunity and take the challenges, and with your knowledge and willpower, you can win anything and everything in this world. Thank you, and once again, greetings to all of you on this Women Scientists Conclave. Thank you all.
Give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much, ma'am, for indicating the need of creating an ecosystem to encourage the girls to take up the STEM subjects, and also that science is gender neutral. Moving on, now we have the next item on the agenda is to felicitate the women scientists, the women achievers, by our chief guest, Honorable Governor Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan. May I request, first Dr. Soundararajan to felicitate Dr. Tessie Thomas. You have heard about her journey from her mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Dr. Tessie Thomas. Next, I invite Dr. Suma Varghese, Director General and Outstanding Scientist, DRDO, well known for her contributions to Airborne Early Warning and Control System, a flagship program of DRDO. During her illustrious career of approximately 33 years, she contributed towards the development of the first indigenous planar near-field measurement facility. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Suma Varghese. I now invite Dr. Tanushree Saha Gupta, Director, SN Bose National Center for Basic Sciences, well known for her work in the area of superconductivity and material sciences. Her works on enhanced crystal field splitting and orbital selective coherence induced by strong correlations in V2O3 and electronic structure and quantum size effect are commendable. Please put your hands together for Dr. Tanushree Das Gupta. I now call upon Dr. Geeta Vemuganti, Dean and Professor, School of Medical Sciences, University of Hyderabad, well known for her work on limbal stem cells for restoring vision. She has done pioneering work in stem cell therapy and was a member of the team led by V.S. Sangwan that developed a protocol for transplanting cultured stem cells for restoring vision in humans. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. Geeta Vemuganti. We now have Dr. Sangeeta Mukhopadhyay, Head Molecular Biology, Center for DNA Fingerprinting and Diagnostics, CDFD, to please come on the dais. She made significant contributions to the area of immunology, immune response signaling networks, and pathogenesis of tuberculosis. She identified several PE and PPE family proteins. I now call upon the panelists. Also, I request Dr. Soundararajan to kindly felicitate them with a memento. All the panelists who are going to be there today. May I call upon Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Venkatesan, Scientist G and HOD, Cell and Molecular Biology, NIN, Hyderabad. Dr. S. Manorama, Chief Scientist, IICT, Hyderabad. Dr. Sasikala, Director, IST, JNTU, Hyderabad. Dr. C. Manikyamba, CSIR Emeritus Scientist, NGRI, Hyderabad. Dr. V. Radha, CSIR Emeritus Scientist, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. Dr. Ratnavati, Director, Indian Institute of Millard Research, Hyderabad. And Dr. Vishnu Priya, Chief Scientist, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, Hyderabad. And finally, Professor M. Madhavi, Head Department of Zoology, Usmania University, Hyderabad. Yeah. A lot of women scientists being felicitated by our Honorable Governor. All of you, they would like to have a photo op with Honorable Governor.
Dr. Saili, please join. Sir, Dr. Vishnu Priya, not yet come.
Thank you very much. I congratulate all the panelists and the awardees. Thank you, ma'am, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have arrived at the moment we have all been eagerly waiting for. The address by Chief Guest, our Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan. She is a medical doctor who worked as an assistant professor at Ramchandra Medical College, Chennai for 5 years and also rendered dedicated service promoting gender equality, women empowerment and was recognized as an International Rising Star of the Year in 2018 by the Multi-Ethnic Advisory Task Force USA. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Tamilisai Soundararajan for her address.
A special good morning to each and everyone here. First of all, I appreciate National Academy Science India, NASI, and Academy of Science, Technology and Communication, ASTC, for organizing such a wonderful conclave, Women Scientists Conclave, Self-Reliance. My respects to Srinivasa Reddy Garu, the Director, IICT Hyderabad, Dr. Subid Majumdar, Secretary Nazi Hyderabad, Dr. Sri C.L. Narasimharao Garu, Convener ASTC Hyderabad, and Dr. Mohan Rao Garu for presenting a very good presidential address, and Sri Vinay Kumar Garu, Director CCMB, Dr. V.M. Tibari Garu, DGRI, NGRI, and the fantastic inaugural address by Madam Dr. Tessie Thomas. And I should appreciate all the dignitaries, the scientists, women scientists, who got the awards today, and as it is said, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, a dynamic woman who is unable to present here, but our appreciation for her, and Madam Dr. Tessie Thomas, the missile woman, who is the space scientist, and we are very proud about you, madam. And Suma Varghese, Madam Suma Varghese, Director General and outstanding scientist, DRDO, well known for airborne early warning and control system. I appreciate your efforts. And Dr. Tansuri Sinha, Director S.N. Bose, National Center for Basic Sciences, well known for her hard work and superconductivity and material science. Dr. Geeta Vemugandhi, Dean and Professor, School of Medical Sciences, University of Hyderabad, well known for her work on limbal stem cells for restoring vision. Stem cell, I also initially had conducted some research during taking the stem cells from the umbilical cord. So I really appreciate your efforts. And Srimati Rajkumari Indra Devi, women philanthropist and science promoter, and Dr. Sankita, Head of Molecular Biology, Center for DNA, Fingerprinting and Diagnostics. And all the scientists and all the dignitaries who are available here, and my friends. It is always a pleasure to talk about women. And when his presidential address, Dr. Mohan Rao said, today we are conducting the Women Scientists Conclave with the support of men. So there should be a situation, science conclave, but not women conclave, women scientists conclave. But I should say, as Madam Tessie Thomas mentioned, when a woman is given opportunity, she will grab the opportunity. So I pray, there should not be a situation where men scientists conclave is celebrated in a separate situation. Because these conclaves, really I'm very happy when I learnt about all the scientists. As a woman, I know how it is difficult. Because we are in a situation, whether we are, even though we are talented, we are dedicated, and we have the conviction to work, the social background of us, particularly women. As it is said, hundreds of years before, 800 years before, Maitreyi, Kargi, they are all working. But what prevented the women to evolve from that stage? What prevented them? What locked them inside the house? The social stigma we face. The time we get, because of our social status. As a scientist, I myself have faced, as a sonologist, I'm one of the pioneers in sonology. We didn't have sonology books when I practiced sonology 35 years back. I had a child, now she's a radiologist, but she was a newborn child, and I had a son, and dedicating time, and as a DGO student, I have to make them sleep, and 2 o'clock I used to go to the lab to see, night 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because I used to diagnose the situation. We didn't have books at that time. I used to draw how the hematoma looked in the ultrasound, whether hepatoma, how it looked in the ultrasound, then used to go and see the specimen to correlate the ultrasound findings, so that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, everyone used to tell, like a ghost you are coming. You are not coming like a doctor, you are like a ghost you are coming. So that only, because we have to allot time. That is the major hurdle, major difficult the women are facing. And I always say, as a chancellor, when I conducted a meeting with the vice chancellors, I asked, they were very happy, the women outnumber in the degree courses now. I asked, what all the degrees they are taking? The vice chancellors are here. They were telling, they are opting BA, MA, degree courses, basic courses, but they are not opting research courses. Because they want some degree for their marriage. but not for research. So they have to, then I advised, no, the reservation, it's not for reservation, but you have to give opportunities. You have to motivate the girl children who opt even the basic degrees. You are so competent. As I am very happy this auditorium is Vivekananda Auditorium. So Vivekananda Auditorium itself, we have that potential when it is brought up automatically. As he said, everyone is born with a potential. So that we have to develop that potential. So women, but as it is said, I am very happy that so many women scientists are here. But even now, even though years back we had women scientists, leaders, but even the mindset, for example, I have to say, Madam Tessie Thomas told about her experience. I should tell my experience. When I was a party president, I used to sit in the lounge. Some of the men used to come. So they will be sitting in front of, putting their head high, and they were used to tell, I am General Secretary of such party, I am Secretary of such party. Then, Madam, you are sitting in the lounge, who are you? They used to ask. Then I used to tell, I am the state president. Oh, Mahila Mocha state president. I don't know. Then I am parent body state president. Oh, parent body, because they are lower in position. But they don't think that the women will hold that position. Oh, parent body. You are a parent body state president. They used to ask. Then they will say, sorry, madam, we are lower in position, but we didn't think that a person, a lady can be the state president of a parent body. So that is the mindset. And recently, when I became the governor, we went to a conference at Uttar Pradesh. So 4, 5 governors, because we had a governors conference and we were divided into groups, and 5, 6 governors went to each, because of Honorable Prime Minister's guidance, I selected agriculture as my topic, even though I am a medical profession, but I am interested in agriculture. So I selected agriculture, so we went, some 6, 7 governors went. The IAS officer was with a bouquet, IAS officer. With a bouquet, they were waiting. And when one governor came, they gave the bouquet and they put a shawl like this. Then when I went, they didn't give me the bouquet at all. The next our governor was there, Rajasthan governor was there. Then they gave the bouquet and then they were shouting. No, we invited everyone and we have felicitated everyone, but Telangana governor didn't come. Then then my ADC was not there. He went for washroom. So I was identified only with the ADC. Then he came running. No, my madam is here, Telangana governor. Oh, you're governor. Sorry, madam, we didn't think you're a governor. So they were identifying with the men only, with the men ADC only. They didn't even think that such a governor will be there. And another interesting story, when I was, when I acquired the position of the governor, I was standing in the queue I was standing little away when everyone was boarding. One of the child asked her mother, Amma, everyone is wishing her. Then mother told, she's our governor. That child told, Amma, don't bluff. Again she told, no, she's our governor. Don't bluff, ma. Then, then she told, ma, don't bluff. Only old man can be governor. She cannot be the governor. So even in the mindset of a child, women cannot occupy such positions. So that mindset, because even they are unable to accept, so such a person will occupy such a position. So this is general scenario, but in scientific scenario, science, as a doctor I know, they will tell, because doctor, oh yes, a gynecologist, but I didn't practice gynecology. I moved towards research as fetal therapist. Because women means they should be only gynecology, they cannot be cardiology. But now appreciate, as so many scientists have evolved, even in medicine, now orthopedicians, ophthalmologists and cardiologists and nephrologists, so many women have evolved, because before only women means gynecology. So this stigma should be removed from the society. And opportunities, as it is said by madam, whenever the opportunities are given, but the opportunities are given, as it is said, so many years we have to wait. I learned when Calcutta Medical College was actually inaugurated, after 50 years only one women got enrolled. Women doctor got enrolled. But so only we have to teach our young girls. We have to look back how the women were treated, and now the present days how we are evolving, and in future days how we have to achieve. I always laud our Honorable Prime Minister because the women scientists, because we were not taught in this field at all. And I think in 2020, the Science Day in India was celebrated as Women Scientists Day. So that recognition, from that recognition, we know that even we can achieve in the field of science. Particularly because it needs more focus, it needs more time, and it needs more reading, and we have to dedicate more time. Most of the girls and women are unable to focus in scientific research activities. But my request is, we have to motivate them, whatever may be the situation. We have to motivate the girl children to take branches which focus on, particularly during the pandemic period. The focus of, I am very proud that during our medical college days, we used to look forward the other countries to give vaccination to us. Rubella vaccine and other vaccines, after they used actually almost to all of the people, then only they will think of the other countries. But I am very proud, I am standing here taking the indigenous vaccine. And after taking the indigenous vaccine, because of the research activities of our scientists, we have exported our vaccine to more than 150 countries, which were the dream of medical students like us. So definitely the part of women scientists are there. And I should appreciate these institutions because the activities of societies like ASTC are to be encouraged with more participation for women. This will definitely lead towards new India science, technology, education, and prosperity as envisaged by the Honorable Prime Minister, Government of India. And always set targets. Our Honorable Prime Minister set target for 5 trillion economy. Everyone told, yeah, after 70 years, till 70 years, we reached only 2 trillion economy. And you are setting a target for 5 trillion economy. He said, always fix a target, very challenging target, and move towards it so that you can achieve greater things. So let us all fix a target, which is very, very complicated target in research. And I should say, as an experienced person in science and research, women are not the primary scientists. They will be the assistants or co-authors or second or third authors, but we have to be the first authors, primary authors. So that is also my request. I always use my medical students. Please go. Then that girl students used to tell, madam, they are not allowing us to join them. I used to tell, you go and at least to write notes, you go and join. So when you go and write notes and you just take a seat and then you go inside, then you go inside, then become a co-author, then become an author. So this type of motivation should be there. And as it is said, when women are given opportunities, they are much focused, they are more dedicated, and they can achieve greater things. So I'm really very happy to attend this program. And I should appreciate the organizers and congratulate the NASI, the ASTC for providing us an opportunity to hear the achievements of distinguished women. And women scientists, by recognizing and felicitating Dr. Kalaichelvi, Director General, and Tessie Thomas Madam, and Suma Varghese, and Tansuri Sinha, and Madam Geeta Vemugandhi. Geeta Vemugandhi and Dr. Sangeeta, and I have mentioned everyone. Have I left anyone? No. So I'm really very happy, but I have to say, I always tell with Madam is space scientist. I'm really very happy to share a dais with her in the Space Week. This is the Space Week. And Chandrayaan we failed. But definitely that was only a 15 minutes tragedy as it is explained by them. But I participate, as it is said, that I moved towards all parts of the country. Day before yesterday, I was participating in the Space Week It was conducted at Karaikal, which is again 190 kilometers from Puducherry. Then one of the children, I was conducting, the children were restless, then I was conducting a quiz-like competition, and I was asking about the birth date of our Honorable Abdul Kalam and everything I was asking. Then I asked to the moon, who went to the moon first? Then one child told, when women only went to the moon first. Then I asked, I don't know whether that belief is here or not. In Tamil Nadu we have, because moon we say we don't see uniformity. We see some map-like thing. So it looks like a lady, old lady, spreading her leg like that and putting vada. So my grandmother used to say, grandmother, one party is vada sutra in Nila, they say. So that girl told us that party sutra vada, that party only went to the moon first. So that belief, that children, because I used to think, oh, how that girl has taught her, that thought process, it's so good. So in a lighter sense, she was telling, so we can be proud of our thought process and our conviction and our courage to face the challenges, and I always appreciate the womanhood, but for a woman to move forward, it is not easy. As a personal experience, I can say, when, sorry to say, as it is said, because I always say, they used to ask me, there is a woman at the back of every man in her development. And for you, Dr. Soundarajan is at the back of you. I used to tell, no, Soundarajan is besides me, not back of me. So like that, we two women are sitting and supported by 2 to 3 women that side and men that side and this side. That support is also needed. I always feel that, no, we cannot march. No, as a women, we march forward. No, we need your support. That cordial and very sweet support, because with that only, because I don't say that, no, this should be full of women, that should be full of women. That's not that correct. That encouragement, that mutual understanding should be there. With that mutual understanding, we can always reach heights. And as I said, a woman moving forward is not an easy job. And I always narrate a poem, Tamil poem, that's Velikku veliye thalaiye neettum kilaigalai vettum thottakarane பூமிக்கு அடியே நழுவும் எனது வேர்களை என்ன செய்ய முடியும், which means a tree grows, it spreads its wings, cross the fence. The gardener won't like the tree crossing the fence, spreading its branches, so he will cut the branches. The tree says, you can cut my branches. You don't like me spreading my branches and growing, but what can you do? Can you cut my roots? No. You cannot cut my roots. So I will pierce in this land with my strong roots. So I will flourish into a tree which will give fruit, which will give flowers to the humanity, so that you can cut my branches, but you cannot cut my roots. So women with a strong root, we will emerge forward with the support of men, of course. Thank you so much.
Wow. That was such an inspiring lecture by you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable guidance, the direction, and inspiring all the young women and the older women scientific fraternity with your great words. We will now move on. As a token of respect and gratitude, I request Dr. Mohan Rao, Chairman Nasi, to kindly felicitate our Honorable Governor. Ma'am, you as a medical doctor and sharing the challenges what you have shared with us is so inspiring. I request now to place our thanks and gratitude on behalf of the host institute, CSIR ICT. I request Dr. Srinivas Reddy, Director, CSIR ICT, to do the honors of felicitating Honorable Governor, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, there is one Professor M. Madhavi from Head Department of Zoology, Usmania University, who missed her receiving the award from you. So may I request to kindly intervene and immediately, please go, ma'am. So request you to kindly give the award to Professor Madhavi, who missed out during the... Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the close of this program with a formal, I request Sri Narasimha Rao to propose the vote of thanks, followed by the national anthem.
On behalf of the Nazi Hyderabad chapter and ASTC, it is my duty to propose vote of thanks. We profusely extend our grateful thanks to the Chief Guest, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan, Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry for her kind generosity in gracing this event, delivering inspiring message to the scientific community, which definitely motivates the young talent for sparing and also for sparing your valuable time. And I have no words to express thanks, madam. We are grateful for your very inspiring and ever-remembered address. And ASTC, thank you once again for all the generosity. We thank Dr. Tessie Thomas, Distinguished Scientist, DG DRDO, for her kind participation in the inaugural session and delivering the keynote address at a very short notice. On behalf of the ASTC, I thank Dr. Suma Varghese, Outstanding Scientist DRDO, for her kind participation and receive the honor. We thank Dr. Tanushree Sinha Gupta and Director SN SN Bose Institute, all the invited speakers and speakers of the panel discussion. We gratefully acknowledge the kind gesture of the Chairman and Secretary of Nasi Local Chapter for their academic and financial support. We extend our grateful thanks to all the three directors of CSIR, Dr. Srinivas Reddy Garu, Tiwari ji and Dr. Vinay Kumar Garu. We extend our grateful thanks to Sri Krishna Rao Garu, Sailaja and Chandrasekharam Swarnalata Garu, Edu Krishna and Sainath, the team of IICT, and Sri B.V. Ramakrishna and his team from CCMB for their support. Thanks are due to the print and electronic media for their participation, with a special request to popularize this type of scientific activities among masses. I also thank all the scientists, professors, and research scholars from different universities and scientific institutions, fellows of TAS, with support from Assistant Secretary Mrs. Madhavi for their active participation. Our special thanks to all the participants participating from long distances. Finally, I thank my fellow founders, members of the AICC, and Dr. C.V. Ratnavati, Dr. Purushottam, Dr. Herman Sinath, and Subramaniam from Birla Science Center. All invitees are requested to join for the national anthem.
Please stand up for the national anthem. It's time for a tea break, and then the tea is arranged in both the halls, both adjacent to the auditorium, and you all are requested to assemble here at 11:30 for the next proceedings.